All right. Here we are. We're getting close, Taryn. We're getting real close. We're in May, folks. So that means you got a couple weeks until the SummerSlam starts and less than a month until we're rocking and rolling. So just quickly here, let me pop up a screen. I can figure out which one I'm looking for here. I'll just hide Taryn for 1 second. So there we are. There's our schedule. We start off May 15th is the Freshwater SummerSlam. The 27th of May is the Al Zilkowski Memorial Trout on the Fly. May 28th is the All Tackle Sucker. June 10th is Battle on Buffalo. 17th is Southern Alberta Showdown, a new one for us down at Carrollside Reservoir. June 24th, concurrent derbies. Okanagan, so Vaso Lake and Wellman Lake in Manitoba, both Bass Derbies. Canada Day, you're out at Ruby's Gator Classic up in Phantom Lake, Saskatchewan. The next day, you're at Madness on Mosier Lake, so it's right in the same area. The 15th of July, we have the Lesser Slave Lake Northern Boreal Classic. July 22nd and 23rd is the Sask Coulee Classic. August 5th and 6th, the East Slope Kayak Fishing Classic. And August 19th is the Cold Lake Classic. So it's coming. So tonight's meeting, we've got a few things we'll touch on, but yes, I know. Sorry for all the Oilers fans. Why a playoff night? But we wanted to get this out here right away because we've got stuff going, and we need people to kind of understand what's going on with the app and stuff. So, sorry to the Oilers fans. We'll try and make this decent. But so we're going to have Taryn walk through for registration. So now. We've talked to you guys in the past here a couple times about registration. It's a little bit different this year. You will be making all of your event entry fees. That'll get paid out to our Gmail account. So the Westcan Kayak Trail at gmail.com. Other than that, there's going to be fees, and that's in Fishing Chaos, and that's for registration. So I'm going to hand it over to Taryn here, and he will walk you through what's going on.
Yeah, Mike, you can probably just make this big here. So this is the Fishing Chaos app on my computer. So really, most things are very similar this year. The only difference is the subscription feature that we have to use for registering for events. So first thing you need to do is register for our club, which can be found in this Trail Club section, similar to last year. So we already have 88 members. So if you're a member from last year, you don't have to go and do anything there. But if there's any club specific stuff that we're going to send out, we can send it to your emails. Can you guys hear me? Mike's asking. I'll just keep talking for the time being. So the first register for the club. Then the second thing is to go in here and you can manage your subscriptions. So if you go to your account here, you can click on your name. And then in this payment subscriptions section, you press manage. Go to subscriptions. If you don't have your card already in here, you're going to have to put your credit card information in, but I already have mine in here. So you go to subscriptions, and I currently have the Weekend Warrior, which is the monthly subscription, active. So for people that don't have this, you just select in this manage, you select Weekend Warrior, add your payment info, and then you can press subscribe. So once you subscribe, it'll bill you automatically monthly. So we'll send multiple reminders to cancel subscriptions at the end of months if people aren't doing any tournaments in the next month, so that people get reminded, because they will not reimburse people if they accidentally don't unsubscribe. But yeah, so this is how you would unsubscribe. You just press this terminate subscription button. So I'm active right now, subscribed. I'm going to stay subscribed for all of June or for all of May, because I'm participating in the Summer Slam. I'm going to stay active for June because I have my tournament in June, and then July I have another turn. I forget which tournament I'm going to in July, so I'm going to stay active for that month as well, and then I'll unsubscribe at the end of summer, which most people will probably do. So then then everything's the same. You'll be able to find your tournaments in the tournament section here. In the nearby section, you'll see all the tournaments once they load here. So these are all of our tournaments. You can also find them in the trail section. So if I wanted to say, I'm already registered for the eSlope, but if I click on the eSlope, there will be a register button. I'm already registered, so I'll go look at a different one to show you guys what you'll see once this loads. So I'm not registered for Battle on Buffalo because I can't make it, but there's just going to be a register button just like normal. And it's not going to charge you any money when you do that. You're getting charged for the subscription. So you just have to send your money by e-transfer to the Western Canadian Kayak Fishing Trail Gmail account, similar to what you would do for camping for other events. There's a couple questions there, I think, or at least one.
Yeah, so I just kind of popped in here quick. So Brayton, you don't, I'll just stop my video so you can at least hear me. You don't need to be subscribed every month, but if you're going to be fishing a derby that month, you're going to be fishing in May for the Trout on the Fly. In June is Buffalo, Carolside, Okanagan, and Manitoba. July, so July you've got your Rubies, you've got Madness on Mosier, you've got Northern Boreal, you've got Sask Coulee, and then for August you've got the East Slope and Cold Lake. So realistically, you'd probably be better off if you're planning on fishing every month. We'd appreciate it if you would stay subscribed for those months. September, I don't know. We're only half of September, so that's kind of if you don't mind paying the $5 US. Do you remember what it was on Canadian, Taryn, per month?
It was $5.50 Canadian.
Yeah, so if you don't mind paying the $5.50 Canadian for September, that'd be great too, because that is the only charges that they've put forward to us this year. Everything else, they've given us leeway, just ask that people subscribe. So no, you don't need to, but it'll definitely help us out when we're trying to talk to these guys to get a little bit better relations with them. But absolutely, you're going to need to subscribe for the months that you're fishing in person derbies, because they can see that for sure. The Summer Slam, like I said, September's kind of on you whether you do that. It'd be nice if you paid the extra for September, but
yeah, like for example, for someone that's only doing the Summer Slam, they technically only need to be subscribed for May. But if you're doing other tournaments, if you're doing 4 or 5 tournaments, then a few more months would be good. In whichever months the tournaments are happening is kind of what we ask. So
yeah, and with that, for anybody that's kind of wondering, you'll actually, if you pay May, June, July, August, and September, you'll still end up paying less than you would have paid last year in fees to them. So you'll end up saving a little bit. But
yeah, you might have not realized it, but every tournament, quite a big portion of our fees for the winners went towards the app last year. So might have been on the back end, but it was there.
Exactly. We ended up losing some of the money that we held aside for donations. We ended up losing some of that because we had to pay angler fees for every derby. So this is definitely a better way for us. We'll be able to raise more money for donations.
Yeah, and I just want to emphasize one more thing. For people that are only entering like 1 or 2 events, more or less, you need to be subscribed to register. So if I was not subscribed, this green button would show up subscription required. So it's not even going to let you register on the app until you subscribe. So if you're only doing, say, the East Slope, you can either subscribe now, register, which we'd probably prefer, and then you can unregister after. That's fine, and you'll still be able to participate in the Derby. Or you can just register right before the event, or subscribe right before the event, so you can register. But I mean, it's nice knowing, we like to know how many anglers are coming to each event, right? So that's why it's nice if people register early. I think that's all I really have for the app. There's nothing else that's really new with the app this year. Same as last year. I'm probably going to make a video on how to submit a catch and whatnot, just for anybody that's new.
Yeah.
I also, one more thing here, Mike. I have opened up that demo tournament again for anybody that's wanting to go and test their GPS location and stuff. I don't know if you want to show my screen one more time. I can show people where that is.
There you go. I'll just do it solely on that one for you.
Yeah. So if you go to the Trail Club page and go to the Western Canada Kayak Fishing Trail, and then go to tournaments, you will see there's a lot of them here. I think I got to go to the side because it's too many. There should be a demo tournament. Western Canada Kayak Fishing Trail demo. And if you go in here, you can submit catches similar to last year and do the whole process of submitting a catch. And then we'll check them and make sure that all your GPS locations all working and whatnot. So that's basically it on that.
Perfect. Yeah, and with that too, I'll just hide that one as well. That's exactly it. Taryn will go through and make some videos, and then we'll upload them to the YouTube channel as well. That'll be good. Okay, let me address Gordon. Cards. Here's what we can get some up there. They likely won't be the angler tags. We probably won't get them there in time for the very start of the SummerSlam. So as I mentioned, give me a sec here. I'm just turning the volume off on my phone because it's dinging and I'm annoyed with it. All of your entry fees for your derbies are paid via e-transfer to the West Can Kayak Trail at gmail.com. So that's just our email address. So you make your payment to that. For the SummerSlam, if you make a payment of $52 for that one, when you do it, send a Facebook message to the page. When I get it, I will actually grab 1 or 2 of those cards, throw them in an envelope, and get them sent out to you. So if you want to be competing right away for the start, we can do that. I can get those cards out into your hands right away for you if you throw a couple bucks in to cover the postage. But yeah, so Rindy, Alberta bump board, where it folds up. Oh, you're talking about your big bump board. No, that one you don't need to. So
it's only for the sliding one, right?
Yeah. So here, let me kick Taryn's video off for 1 sec. We'll show this. I'll kick my video off as well. So here's how we sit right now for this year, guys. The SummerSlam and every in-person derby this year is $50, with the exception of the East Slope Classic, which is $75, and that's just to cover our costs there. Camping for the Trout on the Fly at Open Creek Dam, it's $30 a night. You pay that to us, and we pay the $30 exactly for each spot back to Rimbey Fish and Game. The Coulee Classic and the Manitoba Bass Challenge are both $10 a night. Again, you pay those to us. We will pay them back. The East Slope is $20 a night camping. You pay that to the trail. And the Cold Lake, we've applied for it. I think it's $32. So we're just going to say it's $30 a night. And if we lose $40 or $50 in the end of it, to have to just say to everybody, it's only $30 a night for camping. But that's where we're sitting right now. So as you can see, payments for everything can be made to westcankayaktrail@gmail.com. So now with that, we have some early bird draws. So for the Trout on the Fly and the Summer Slam, the Freshwater Summer Slam, this is presented by Werner Paddles and Kokatat. You put in for yours, and they're both separate. They're not going to be put in on the same draw. So the Trout on the Fly is one, and the Summer Slam, you have until May 9th at 11:59 p.m. to get your payment sent in to westcankayaktrail@gmail.com. And everybody who's registered for those two events will be put in for $50 gift certificates for Cabela's from there. Then we also have you have from now up until June 28th to register for the Sask Coulee Classic and the East Slope Kayak Fishing Classic. Again, Werner Paddles and Kokatat, another two $50 gift cards. So we have 4 in total, so 1 for each of those events. And again, the Trout on the Fly and Summer Slam, May 9th at midnight, basically, and Sask Coulee and East Slope is June 28th. So if you can get registered in a paid registration, you don't have to be registered through the app, but we have to have your payment in for those by those dates. You're included in that. With that, the code of conduct. So for everybody that's fishing any of our events this year, we have a WordPress site, and I'm just going to kick this up here. It is WCKFT@wordpress.com. So if you go there, this gives you a list of absolutely everything we have. So you can see there's links to our Facebook, to our Instagram, YouTube. You can scan those QR codes to get you there. There's our Gmail email account. Go up to 2023 events. And if you click on this 2023 WCKFT Angler Code of Conduct, it's going to bring up the Code of Conduct. Everybody is required to open this document up, read through it thoroughly, because we can't have, I didn't know that I didn't know that that was a rule. This is our general rules for the trail as a whole, not even just as going deep dive into the tournaments. This is, we're talking about registration, cancellation, captain meetings, boundaries, what kind of watercraft. Again, no motors. A big one for this year, we're making sure that people are well aware that no motors can be in their kayaks at any point during the day of the tournament, the start and end time, unless they're fishing just in the Summer Slam, or if Carl's allowing it for his derby. You can't go out and cruise around with a motor for half a day and fish the other half of the day. You're not allowed to have that motor in. So we go through, and this is all your stuff, your angling methods, obviously rod and reel, following provincial regulations, what you're required to have. Code of conduct, everybody out there is representing the trail. So it talks about that. And then for people that have questions on measuring boards, we talk about the measuring boards. A big thing for any of the folks that have the sliding expandable bump boards, when you've got that sliding expandable bump board, you need to pull it out, and you need to be making a line on the side of it so that we can physically see with a Sharpie when that board is fully extended. And we'll be checking to make sure at those in-person derbies that line is when the board is fully extended. So little things like that. Your angler tag, your photos, you have to have that angler tag in it. It's got to be written in Sharpie. It must be visible. You need to have the correct side on it that shows the codes, all this kind of stuff. So, we lay it out really well in here, format and scoring, as well as penalties. What will result in a disqualified fish, a penalty of inches, what will disqualify an angler from the event, from the trail, any of this kind of stuff. So that's all listed in there. Appeals, registration. So you're going to go through, sign these forms, sign the code of conduct, and get that all back to us. So before we can accept any pictures from anybody, we do need this document signed off from you. So for anybody, again, it's WCKFT@wordpress.com. Give me a sec here. I will hop back to the home page, and I'll even post that right here in our little chat window for those folks. Michael, does it touch on hands around gills for pike and predatory species? Yes, it does. You can't have your hands at the back of the gills. If you're going to grab right up at the front of the chin, we go through and talk about that. That's all in there as well. But so yeah, as I was saying, I just posted the link there for you guys. As you go through all of your rules for each of these derbies, you click the picture, it will take you to the rules for the derbies. So they're all in there. So please make sure you go through, get that code of conduct signed, sent back to us, and review the rules for where you want to go. I'm going to really hound on this again. Our sponsors, these are the folks that make this what it is for us. We have some sponsors that have been with the trail when it was only the East Slope Classic. Kokatat, Werner, Aquabatics, Scotty, Garmin. These companies have all been with us for at least 10 years in some capacity. Dakota Lithium, they're our official battery of the Western Canada Kayak Fishing Trail. Every one of our events is going to be sitting with a couple of batteries again from these folks. It's amazing. GPS Central. So for anybody who saw the post that I put up on Facebook before, they've donated a Garmin ultra high definition 9-inch sonar with live scope. Old Town is giving us a Sportsman 120 pedal. Western Canoe and Kayak and Blackwater Paddles have donated paddles to every single one of our events. Somebody is going to be walking away with a Blackwater paddle. Stillwater Adventures. We're still waiting from the write-up for these folks. This is our title sponsor for Manitoba. As we get closer, we'll announce, but we've got an amazing prize to give away there. Getting Hooked Out Lures is on with us again with a ton of fishing lures. We've got Yak Power, Performance Compression, Ruby's Outdoors, Overland Resort, Chili Moose, Bending Branches, Tightline Anchors, Porta Prop, Hawktail, Brewery, Fishing Butler. Plus, we've got a ton more that we haven't put up here yet. So we've got a ton of stuff here for you guys. Please go on here, and any one of these, go through. You can read what the company's all about. But if you see this logo here, if you click the logo, it'll actually take you to their website where you can go on and shop. So please do whatever you can to support these folks. They're the ones that make the trail what it is. SummerSlam. We have our foreigner. Let me find my mouse here. Okay, Broden, they can hear you now.
Oh, can they? Oh, nice.
They can.
So with the SummerSlam coming up in only just over a week away, we will be starting our first monthly challenge as well. And with that, if you can see there, with May 15th of June, it's Rainbows and Tigers, but it should actually be Brook Trout and Browns, Mike. I think there's a typo there.
Yeah, well, that was the original poster.
What?
I've got to update it because Broden changed his mind about 74 times.
No, I didn't. Anyway. So for everyone, because we understand that throughout the provinces, not everyone has access to rainbows and tigers per se. So we've opened it up to rainbows, tigers, browns, and brook trout. Your best two fish of the two species, it can't be the same species, it has to be two different species, goes towards your total score for that first event. And then obviously it just gives a lot better opportunity and much more open area, because like you said, down in Calgary, there's more brook trout and stuff, while up north, there's got more rainbows, tigers, browns, trying to make it a little bit more even played. Unfortunately, Saskatchewan, you just have to suffer.
Yeah, but they'll hammer us on rainbows. They get some beauty rainbow out there.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. And then obviously in the second event, I can't even read that, Mike.
I'll hide your face again, but it's a pike and whitefish.
Pike and whitefish, and that'll be our second monthly event, and then so on. As basically it's very similar to what we had last year, just a few little minute changes, as well as every month there will be a mystery size. So even if you don't catch the biggest fish, you possibly can go away with a prize. And we're just sort of keeping it more interesting for a lot more people, because understandably there's going to be a lot more hardcore people involved, and not everyone's as hardcore as, say, Curtis or myself. Or Flynn. Flynn's semi-retired, so he can get away with that.
The rest of us are just semi-retarded.
I register, but then I just catch like 20 fish a year, and that's about it.
But one thing I want to add to the bump boards, especially your flip over bump boards, like you've got the Alberta bump board or the Muskie bumper, what a good thing you can do is get a length of PVC pipe and cut a slit through it. You only need, I've already cut my piece, but you only need about 10 inches or so. Cut your slit. Mine's a little bit thicker being the Muskie bumper, and you can slide it right where the joint is, and it makes it a fixed bumper, especially when you're catching sort of the bigger predatory fish and such. So much easier instead of trying, because I did notice a few photos last year with people with the flip outs. The board wasn't quite all the way expanded. It was like sort of twisted, and you'd be losing a quarter of an inch here and there. So if you able to go to the hardware store and pick a piece of this up, it makes it a lot easier.
All right, so I'm just going to pop this up. Roy, thanks a lot. I wasn't going to enter the SummerSlam because I was not at all competitive, but now you're giving me reason to enter. Exactly, right? We want to make it that it's still competitive, but it's got something for everybody else.
Yeah.
Andy, if fish have to be that have been upgraded on count for the mystery prize, Taryn, we can still see fish that were caught and upgraded, correct?
Yeah, we can see every fish that everybody caught.
Yeah, Andy, so it doesn't matter what you catch for size. That during that time, we'll be able to review every single fish that was submitted through the app and go from there.
Yeah, and Andy won't win anyway. He doesn't count.
Yeah, and Gordon, Diefenbaker, big browns. So yeah, there's big browns out in Diefenbaker's got them. So
yeah, they've got big rainbows and browns in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So coming up is the Alan Zilkowski Memorial Trout on the Fly. That is our first in-person derby at the end of the month. So for this derby and the sucker derby, the all-tackle sucker derby the day after, I've had a couple people message me already. No, you're not going to find them on the app. And the reason why is there is very limited cell service. Unless you're a Rogers customer, you're not going to have cell service out there. So for this, you're just going to submit your 3 best photos. You're going to come in with your phone. You're going to show them to me, and I'm going to write those measurements down, and we're going to do it that way. So you don't have to worry about registering for these events. So for those people that aren't doing the SummerSlam, you don't need to pay a registration fee for May if you're going to fish these derbies, because they're not part of the app. Just because of that simple fact. They'll still count for your overall points in the year and everything. And you can absolutely take those fish and upload them after you get into cell service for SummerSlam fish, but you don't need to register through the app for it. With this, if you're planning on coming, please pay your registration right away. And if you haven't already secured a campsite, I suggest you do it within the next few days. We've got that entire loop again. It's pretty much almost all booked up. I have a couple spots left, and then we're already booking up the hill. Just as you come down, there's 4 campsites right there that we're booking into already. So make sure you're looking at that. Let me just...
And for those that, and Mike, for those that don't know, that's just by doing it through the trail. That's not on our website, and it's just reaching out to us.
Yeah, absolutely. Send your e-transfer to westcankajaktrail@gmail.com. In the message, say what you're paying for. So the derbies are $50 a piece. Camping is $30 a night. And shoot me a message through the West Can Kayak Trail Facebook page as well. Oh, okay. I'll put it up just because.
Because we both laughed.
They don't have enough lead weights and walleye fillets to keep up. Yeah, well, exactly. Hey, Taryn, Broden, what's that?
That's a live scope.
That's a live scope. So, for anybody that doesn't know, live scope is like the of kayak fishing, of fishing. Garmin, so GPS Central. I was blown away, absolutely blown away when George, the manager at GPS Central, sent me an email and said, "Hey, I want to donate a 9-inch ultra high definition Garmin Echo map with a live scope for the kayak fishing trail." So it was absolutely amazing. So I'm just going to hide these here, and Yahtzee, folks. You don't have to win the Derby to win it. You just have to be there for a chance to win this. It is our door prize of the Alan Zilkowski Memorial Trout on the Fly, presented by GPS Central and Garmin. So the winner of this is going to be just a random drawed ticket. Everybody will get a ticket that goes into a bucket, and one ticket is going to be pulled out. So if we have 50 anglers, you're going to have a 1 in 5 chance of winning a Garmin Live Scope bundle supplied by GPS Central. So it's an absolutely phenomenal prize. I can't say enough to the folks at GPS Central for donating this.
Yeah. It's massive.
It's absolutely unreal. I mean, we're looking at, you're over $3,500 of a prize that somebody's going to walk away with. And
Taryn and I both know how much they cost.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. Yeah. So Carl writes, portable grill. No, Carl, last year was a pellet smoker. This year they've decided to completely up the ante and blow the door prize out. So GPS Central, you're going to see me posting about this prize and about them throughout the year. And there's a reason. That is an absolutely amazing prize. For anybody that doesn't know who they are, they're down in Calgary. They have an amazing, knowledgeable staff. It is unreal. You've got to get out there and you've got to see these folks. If you've got questions, go in and ask them. They're going to be able to answer those questions. Yeah. Carl says, time to update the poster. Can't you see the poster on here right now, Carl?
Yeah.
And am I the only one that sees the live scope and it says GPS Central?
No, I think he might be commenting on that. The live scope transducer looks like the old 32, not the 34.
Well, no, because he said portable grill.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the black box looks a little like a portable grill.
Is he thinking for the SummerSlam? Like, what's the door? Is there a door prize for the SummerSlam this year?
Yeah, they'll be like what we did last year as well. Frontline Benefits has. Oh, yeah, it does say portable grill. Good catch, Carl. Yes, I will update that. Frontline Benefits has donated for the SummerSlam. We've got a bunch of prizes for that. All Tackle Sucker Derby. We're starting at 6 in the morning, and we're going to quit early, like 2 o'clock, so people can get out. You can get a, if you're staying over, but you don't want to stay the entire night at the Sunday night at Open Creek Dam, we can get you a late checkout for a very small fee. It's basically going to be an absolutely great day of just everybody after the hubbub and the fun of the Trout on the Fly. It's a way to just all kind of sit down and have a more relaxed day and do some sucker fishing. So again, back to back with those, submit your payment, send us a message, and that's how we'll know you're getting registered.
Sure.
Just looking through here. Randy says he's going to have to bring his A game. I'm assuming that's his fishing, not his driving game, because he put on a lot of miles last year.
Yeah, it was absurd. Like, I covered miles that year before, and he just completely destroyed that.
Oh, I clicked the wrong button here.
I believe it is 8, Michael.
Yeah, we're going to do... We've got to decide whether it's 8 or 9, but obviously we have 12 derbies, but nobody can make it to all 12 unless you fish Manitoba at 6 o'clock in the morning, have a flight out at 9 to BC, and can somehow get onto Vaso Lake for a couple hours. You're not going to be able to fish all 12 in person. So, but yeah, you'll have an aggregate total of your derbies. GPS, awesome store, know that from a geocaching. Yeah, anything GPS, sonar, anything like that. I was showing this to Taryn earlier. I got myself a Garmin InReach Mini 2. So this allows me, when I'm outside of cell phone service, I can get the subscription, and with this, I can text through my cell phone. So for me, for hunting and fishing those remote places, they're absolutely great. So all kind of stuff like that. You can go see these folks. And if you have questions on what you're doing with your sonar or why it's doing something, go talk to the guys. They're if anybody was at the Sportsman Show in Edmonton or anywhere that they've seen them set up, the guys are super, super knowledgeable. Go and see them. Call them, see them, get it done before the season starts, because they'll help you tweak your system and get it rocking and rolling. Other than that, yeah, I think that's kind of where we're at. We will be having next Wednesday on the 10th, we'll actually do the captain's meeting for the SummerSlam. So we'll go through the rules a little more in depth of what's required for everybody. And then, yeah, at 12:01 a.m. on the 15th, the SummerSlam opens. You can fish anywhere in Western Canada that's fresh water. So Manitoba West freshwater, you can fish the SummerSlam, and it's a great time. It lets you get out there. Cap on Cold Lake. No, they did not give us a cap, so we'll be running as many folks as we can. Yeah, that'll be another great weekend. You know, I've got to say, out of all of them, it started out, the East Slope was the family event, and now we've yeah, Gord was our hot shot driver last year when we forgot to send things out east.
Yeah.
He drove from Edmonton down to Black Vaults to pick stuff up and drive it out to Saskatchewan. So yeah, Gord was our road warrior last year.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, you know, we're looking at this, that, you know, any of these events you want to take your families out to, absolutely do. The Trout on the Fly is a huge family event. Sask Cooley this year, Denise has got an amazing idea for you guys out there. You're going to be having a Mexican fishing time. So you're going to fish the morning into the just early afternoon, I believe it is. And then you're having a siesta. and then kicking up your fishing again and fishing it later into the evening, and then fishing again Sunday. So it's a great thing. The East Slope, if you're looking for something to come out and see us at the East Slope. It's always a great time. And Cold Lake, we all camp together as well. Taryn does have some camping at the Carroll side, so Southern Alberta Showdown. So reach out to us if you're looking for some spots there. I know there is limited spots. How many there, Taryn?
I think we only got 5. The remainder of the campground is going to be first come, first serve. But kind of sounds like if I get there, which I'm going to get there on Thursday, I think. I'm going to go out Thursday night. I'll kind of secure an area and I'll let people know if there's a bunch of room. Right on. Thanks, Aaron.
Aaron, that'd be great to have you come out. You know, as much as it pains me to have another Jackson guy come to Alberta, it'd be great to actually finally meet you in person and watch you outfish Trevor in person. It'd be great. And we can make fun of Trevor too, because right now he's on holiday, so he's not even in Canada. So
yeah, I'm house sitting his bunny.
Oh, Stewie.
Little Stewie. But no, we need more Jackson people out here. We're a diminishing crowd.
You know what? I don't care if you paddle a bathtub. Come out and fish our derbies. Yeah. It doesn't matter what derby, any derbies, any kayak, belly boat, little John boat, anything you can paddle by yourself. Come out and fish with us. It's an absolute blast. The first year we had a bunch of guys come out and fish with us for the trout and the fly last year. They were in pontoon boats and belly boats and little or like rowboats and stuff. This year they're all, shortly after that derby, they all went out and bought pedal drive kayaks. So, you know, come out, fish with us, have a lot of fun. It's going to be an absolute blast. Michael, Alberta is taking home the win this year for East Slope. And then he writes, Sask. Michael, did you move to Saskatchewan? Because I'm confused.
Yeah. Yes, that's when
no motors on your bathtub.
No. I like Aaron's comment because that guy does burn like a frick. It's horrible. I think 5 minutes in the sun and he's red.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's I think for next year we're going to have an official sunscreen provider, get Coppertone on board or something, because we have a lot of people that aren't smart enough to sunscreen or wear SPF clothing, UPF clothing. So and he talks about Western Canada, Eastern Canada meeting the middle grand finale. Not this year, but potentially if we can get things worked out. Honestly, it'll probably be find a way to get some people to get to Manitoba together to compete or something like that. But yeah, you know, it's great. I'll throw out right now to the shout out. West Coast Kayak Trail, they've already started. The saltwater guys out there on Vancouver Island, they do have a couple freshwater events out on the island, but all their stuff is out on the island. They're kicking it off, so it's great to see. Brad Torrey, you're killing it again this year, and for anybody that lives out that way, Brad and the trail out there took a page out of our book, and they actually, I was telling Taryn, they have a saltwater SummerSlam this year that's already started. So if you've got the opportunity to go out and fish some saltwater, get out there and fish that. That'd be absolutely great. I wish I lived closer.
Yeah. No, those guys know how to actually host a very good trail over there.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome out there too.
One other thing. Our flags. So we do have these flags that we made up, $25 a piece. So if you want one, message the trail, we've already got a bunch of them are already sold. We ordered 50. We're over half sold before we even kind of brought them out to any of the derbies or anything. So if you haven't already reserved some, let me know. And through the Kayak Fishing Trail page, we'll get you squared away with them. Again, those are things that if you live outside of Alberta, you're not going to be at one of the derbies. I think it's like $3 shipping. I can send them to you in the mail. So let us know for that. But other than that, I think we're hockey time, aren't we, boys?
Yeah. She's hockey time.
She's hockey time. Go Canada over Vegas. We won't even say what town they're from. We'll just say go Canada over Vegas.
Sounds like someone's a little jealous.
Oh, no, not at all. I'm good with it. I just know that, Taryn's a Calgary boy. So at least if you just say go Canadian Oilers, I think we're better.
Yeah, for sure.
I default to the Oilers when the Flames lose. That's just life.
See, even coming from the East, who should be cheering for Toronto.
Yeah,
he's going Oil.
Actually, speaking of that, if anyone's out in the East, make sure you do message Darren, because they do hold their own monthly events for bass tournaments as well as their charity event that puts all their money into the Stollery, I believe. I know Aaron would probably correct me on that if I didn't say it properly. But it's a great event that they not similar sort of thing. It's an all benefit event that all the money goes back into like helping kids and all that.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Aaron says he's an Oiler fan since childhood. There you go. And to go with what Terrence said, yeah, absolutely. Aaron, if you want to throw up a post there, a link to your guys' stuff out there, please do so. And just as far as us, like the Trout on the Fly, we give money back to the Rimbey Fish and Game Association, and they use that to purchase prizes. They do a youth fishing derby out there on the Father's Day weekend. So they use our money to purchase prizes for these kids to get them interested in going out and fishing. So that's absolutely great. We also support through Lacombe Fish and Game, everything around Lacombe County. So there's right now there's 3 stocked ponds in Lacombe, where Lacombe Fish and Game's looking at another 3 possibly to get stocked, as well as if you haven't seen it, go to the Lacombe Fish and Game Association webpage and their Facebook, an all-access fishing dock at the Len Thompson Pond. If you get a chance to go down and check this thing out, it's amazing. Like we could have every one of our anglers fishing off of that thing at once. It's an amazing dock, wheelchair accessible. So if you're looking for somewhere around central Alberta to go visit and somebody's got mobility issues, absolutely go check that out. We're very
not quite ready yet, though.
What was that?
You're not quite ready. It's missing the ramps. You can jump on it, but
the ramps are being installed this week, Broden.
Oh, because I was there I was just on the weekend there. And if anyone wants to check out the sign, they'll notice a familiar little logo there if they can sort of zoom. I'll zoom in a bit.
Absolutely. We're in the rainbow trout package there. So it's
not to mention there's a pretty big lure there, supposedly.
Yeah. Well, we've got to get the hook repainted because there's been too many kids climbing on it and beating on it that it's starting to shed some of the powder coating, but yeah. Will Andy have any cards at AQ? I thought you just said Sask was going to win. Like now you're talking about Edmonton. What's going on, buddy? Yeah, I'll try and get some cards up to Andy before I'm going up closer to Edmonton that weekend, but just before it starts. So I'll try and meet up with Andy or something and take him 50 or 60 cards so that he's got a bunch up there as well.
I should have stopped by your house on the way through on the weekend.
Didn't think of that. I'm sure you'll be through again.
Oh, I'm sure. It's trout season.
Roy said, yeah, Len Thompson posted a picture of the dock today. And of course, Aaron, if you got some stuff, send it to Aaron, ERONDODDS. Great guy out east, great promoter of kayak fishing, sustainable fishing. Much like the folks we have out here. It's they're doing a great job out there. So whatever we can do to help promote them, that'd be great.
And he also paddles the best kayak there is. Jackson.
Yeah, I did see him in a wilderness.
Oh yeah. I believe I'm pretty sure he upgraded to a Jackson this year.
Yeah, well, and like I said, you guys will all hear us rib each other about our kayaks, but you know what? We don't care what you fish. We'll still be friends with you. April, anyone coming to Manitoba Kayak Bass Tourney? April, I have already had probably 4 or 5 people from Manitoba sign up for the SummerSlam and telling me that they were going to be fishing that. We've got a guy driving from Alberta coming out there, at least one from Alberta coming out there. So if anybody has that June 24th weekend open, I really suggest if you got the opportunity to head to Manitoba, you go out to Manitoba, because I might know what first place is for out there. And if that wasn't my birthday weekend and I had other plans, I'd probably drive through the night and day to get out there to fish just for a chance at the prize out there. It's another spectacular prize being given out there, but we'll talk about that later as we come. But yeah, Manitoba is going to be great. We're first year going out there. Brayton, best words right there, buddy.
Yeah.
Best kayak's the one that gets you on the water.
We just like to give each
100%.
other a little bit of grief.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah.
And with that, I think we're pretty much done. So if you guys have any questions, please reach out. Taryn, Broden, myself, Denise, Carl, Flynn, if you're in Saskatchewan, you're looking for some information about some amazing fishing Saskatoon all the way up through Creighton, get hold of Flynn. He kind of knows the spots.
Yeah. And not to mention, if anyone's up that area, make sure you check out Ruby's Outdoors and even stay at the Overland Resort. I stayed there 2 years ago now, and it's honestly some of the best pike fishing you'll come across.
Yeah, absolutely great. They're huge sponsors, run derbies, Aquabatics in Edmonton and Calgary. They're great. Classic Outdoors in, are they?
Saskatoon.
They're Saskatoon. Yeah, Classic Outdoors in Saskatoon. Western Canoe and Kayak, High Level Kayaks down in Lethbridge, I believe it is.
Yeah.
There's stores all over. Go out. Go check these places out, and don't ever feel that you need to go out and spend $4,000 or $5,000 on a kayak to come out and fish with us. Go buy yourself the cheapest kayak that you can. Get out there. All we ask is that you make sure that you're wearing your life jacket, your PFD. It has to be on while you're fishing our events. And fish, have fun, enjoy it, spend time with your family, and don't be like Trevor. Wear sunblock.
And also make sure you don't drop your phone off the side of the kayak.
Dave Band.
Yep.
Yeah.
For anybody, I'll actually find I'll find the link. There's a lot of us that have this. Yeah. There's a little piece, so it goes in your phone case. I'll just pop this off. It just attaches inside your phone case and hangs out the bottom. So it's very minimal, allows you to leash your phone. You won't lose your phone into the water. So it's great.
Yes, thank you, Aaron.
Kayak Bass Canada.
Yep. It's fun. It's funny. I think he would have a laugh too, because it comes with your last name on the back of it. And Stephanie thought it was Smith Optics sponsoring. He said, no, that's actually my name. And she's like, thought I was like joking about, no, it's got my name on it.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
You could let people know, Broden, that you own Smith Optics. I mean, you got the same last name. We'd believe you.
I'm still waiting for my hat. Trevor won't get me my hat.
You can have mine. It's dirty. It's sweaty. It's covered in sawdust and drywall dust. I'll throw it in the dishwasher for you. And with that, we will kind of kick off. But again, if you have any questions, reach out to any of the directors. If you're planning a trip out east, reach out to Aaron. He knows a great group of folks out there. Doesn't matter what kayak you paddle, what kayak you want to paddle. Aaron can get you hooked up, either himself or somebody he knows. And if you're going even further east out to the Maritimes, we know guys out there as well that can get you hooked up if you want to go out kayak fishing out there. So, you know, we're really the Western Canada Kayak Fishing Trail, but we all have connections Canada-wide. So
And
if
the
you want to
Muskie
go
Boys too.
fishing in Canada and you're looking for somewhere to go and borrow a kayak, reach out to one of the directors. We'll find you what you need. And other than that, we will see you all again next week. Roden would like to see a mohawk, if you don't mind.
A mohawk? Well,
Yeah.
unfortunately, no, because I got all my hair cut.
No,
For
you
a
still
kid.
got lots there. You could get it just
No.
a nice little mohawk. We get Steph to completely shave the sides down.
No.
You can do a little Mr. T.
No, I'm not doing that. No. I went for a little bit more streamlined after, what was it, like 10 inches of hair. We measured at some of the longest length. It was absurd.
We'll come up with a reason for you to shave your hair. We'll like donate. We'll do a donation for whoever bids the most money for you to do a mohawk to rock all year long.
$1,000 to the Leukemia Foundation. I'll do one side.
Oh. There you go.
There we go.
For $1,000, I will paint my entire head pink and
Yeah, but that
donate
washes-
it
that
and
washes
donate
off,
it
like-
to the Ronald McDonald's Children's Hospital. So
I will keep one side full of hair and one side completely shaven.
oh, there you go. All right, folks. I'm sure there's enough of us online that we all throw in $5, and it's got to last for a year.
No, not a year.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For $1,000, you're doing it for a year, dude.
No, I got my brother's wedding. Can't do that.
So you just wear makeup on the pink side.
Can't wait for my next page.
Oh, Broden's in trouble.
That's fine.
All right, folks. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. On behalf of all the directors, thank you for participating in our events. And myself, I would like to thank the rest of the directors. Thank you all for all of the effort you've been putting in. This trail would not be what it is without all of you helping out, stepping up, and doing what you're doing. Every year it keeps getting better and better, and I can't wait to see how this year goes.
Yeah.
It'll
So
be a good year.
can't wait to start seeing pictures from you all in 12 days when the SummerSlam opens, and for everybody coming out to the Trout Derby. Can't wait to see you all in person again and have a great time. Just be aware, as of right now, for the Trout Derby, we're probably looking at no fires. It'll probably be propane fire pits, just because she's drier than anything we've ever seen out here. So
Yeah, there's a lot of fires happening around Edmonton.
there is.
Yeah.
So everybody, wherever you are, we hope you're safe. We hope that the fire season has not caused you any harm or damage, and we will see you all again soon. So take care, everybody, and we'll see you soon.
See you guys.